Hi, today we are going to discuss about some of the basics of CorelDraw. CorelDraw is normally a vector-based application. In contrast to vector-based application, there is another one called bitmap-based, like Photoshop, which handles most of the photographs and image raster graphics. See, this is a standard toolbar which contains the normal tools like every other applications have. For example, this one is for creating a new document and opening already existing document, like saving, printing, and then this is for our normal editing operations like cut, copy, paste are there, undo, redo things are there, and then importing and exporting things are here. Like importing means if you can import all those like for example you can open directly CorelDraw, Illustrator, and other vector applications you can open here. Suppose if you want to import any non-vector like bitmap photos or any other things, you can import from here, this command. And then for after making any artwork, you can export as a PNG or PDF file with this command. The next to the standard toolbar is our property toolbar. Without clicking any object or selecting any object, you can have a property bar like this. The first thing is your page size. Like now we are selecting A4 page. A4 is a standard USA paper size, like with 210 mm and 297 millimeters dimension. And then you can here a lot of presets are there. You can select any paper presets like a letter, legal, and A4, A5, etc. And then this is for portrait and mode. This is for mode. See, for example, this is a portrait mode. See, it looks like in this manner. Suppose if you want to make it in see landscape mode, no, you can click this one, you can get it in a landscape wide manner, and this one in a portrait manner. And if you want, suppose if you set any options here, if you want to apply this option to all pages or only to this particular current page, no, you can click select this command. And then units is here, like millimeter, centimeter, all those units are here. And then this thing is for nudging distance. Nudging distance is nothing but clicking and selecting any object and moving with our keyboard cursor movement keys are there, no, sorry, that movement nudging keys are there, no, the 4 keys are there, the left to our numeric keypad. With this, you can nudge, you can make it movement to left, right, top and bottom. You can set this distance, the nudging distance, this distance, nudge distance. Suppose if you make it to 1 mm, no, it move faster. See, it move faster. Also there is another nudge thing, and thing called super nudge and micro nudge. If you press shift and nudge, you can get 10x into our normal nudge value. For example, now it sets to 1 mm. Suppose if you make super by pressing shift, you can get 10 mm. See, you can get 10 mm destination it moves. And then this is for duplicating distance. Nothing but if you select any object and make a duplicate with edit duplicate or Ctrl plus D, you can get your duplicate object in this distance. Like for example, it was now set to 0, 0. So if you make a duplicate, it originally placed in the same XY axis here. Next to that is treat all object as filled. This command, what this command does means, suppose if you draw any object, if it is not filled means you can click here, it is selected. Suppose if you deselect this one and click here, it won't select because it only select from existing object. For example, it is not filled, so there is no object here. If you click it, it won't select. Suppose if you click and select this object, select this option, you can click here, it automatically select anywhere from the object. Okay, now let's move on to our toolbox. The first one is the pick tool. It is intended for selection, and then for like scaling, and then for like skewing, and then for all rotation. All those things are happen only with this selection tool. If you any object related to selection, suppose if you double click over the selection tool, you may select all the objects in the artboard. See, for example, if we have more objects, means if you double click here, all objects will be selected. There is a shortcut here. And then freehand pick tool is there. For example, if we have a lot of objects, if you turn if you select with the freehand tool, you can easily select in this mode. Okay, this is for freehand selection tool. And next one is like the next one is shape tool. See, shape tool is intended for making any shape without any restriction. You can make any shape with this shape tool. When for going to shape any object, you need to convert your object into curves with this command, Control Q, convert to curves. See, after making convert to curves, you can see nodes are here. See, these are all nodes. When click nodes and move it, like you can change the shape of any object. Also, in between two nodes, there is a line called segment. This segment will be one is like a line segment, another one is like a curve segment. Suppose if this is in line segment, so it won't like make any deformation of shape. Suppose if you make this line segment into curve, so you can see you can make this line into a curve. So this is the difference. Two types of segment. One is line segment and another one is curve segment. Also, if you make another thing also curve, you can see here this section is called node section, and then there is in this node also there are three sections, three types of the one is like a cusp. Cusp means this handle, this object, this shaping handle only moves in one direction. This is called cusp. Okay, this is called cusp. Suppose if you click this, if you select this smooth node, and then if you change the handle, you can see both directions are changed. Okay, both sides are changed, so we can make some shapes in different forms. Okay, some uniform forms. Also, another thing is called symmetrical. The both sides will be unique and very symmetry form. Okay, see, this is called a symmetry. Also, these things are called adding nodes. For example, if I click and add nodes is there, automatically a node will be added. Also, the same will be deleted from here, and a node will be break. The curve will be break with this. If you break now, you will see this thing will be like apart from the one another. Okay, suppose if you want to make these things to closer, see to join two nodes, this is a command. And then reverse direction. Why reversing the direction of the curve? It is needed. For example, I made a line. See, I made a line, and then I put an arrow head here. Suppose the arrow, where is the arrow? See, I made an arrow head here. See, arrow is there. You need to change the line thickness, then only you can see visible. So now it is having arrow. Suppose if you change the direction of the curve, see what will happen. This arrow will comes to this direction. So this command is for making your line into the reverse direction. Okay, node will be reversing its direction. Okay, then another thing, making into curve. Okay, another thing also there, this is for extracting subpath. Or why we need to extract subpath? If you select two nodes, before that you need to break the curve. Okay, okay, now these two nodes are broke. Okay, suppose if you extract, no, it automatically divided into two objects. See, this is for extracting the segment. Okay, and then this is for extend curve to close. There is a difference. See, extend curve to close. Now I am making break the curve, so it is divided. Suppose what will happen, change these two curve segment. What will happen if you select these two node and give this join two curves, or it joins and bring these two nodes in closer together. Suppose if you use this command extend curve to close, it's join with a line. This is the difference between join two nodes and extend curve to close. Okay, also there is a command called close, or whatever. If your object have any breaking nodes or anything, you can, if you click this command, automatically your curve will be closed and will get a fill. For example, see, these object have open segment, so if you click on fill, no fill will happen. Suppose if you change this into close, click by closing the curve, it automatically get filled, and the curves are also closed. Another thing also there. See, the next one is like aligning nodes. For example, if I want to align all those nodes in a vertical manner or a horizontal manner, I can use this command, like align vertically, align horizontally, all those things. For example, I use align vertical. See, everything aligned in vertical manner, and then reflects node, it will be different, like a node will be get reflected. Okay, these things are see, for example, also reducing nodes are there. If you draw anything like in this manner, see, the lot of nodes are there. Suppose if you want to make smoother and reduce the number of nodes, you can use this command. Like, also there is a command called select all nodes to select all those nodes. That's all for this tool, for shape tool. The next tool is a knife tool. Knife tool is used for making object cut into two parts. So you click the tool and drag it over here. This will be divided into two parts. Okay, this is the use of a knife tool. You can make it. See, you can even made a test with our text tool also. Convert to curves, Control Q. Okay, this is the use of knife tool. And then the next tool will be the freehand tool. This is the freehand tool. You can draw any shapes with this tool. After making any shape, you can change with the shaping tool into different shapes. Use the handle to adjust, see, and get your desired shape. The next tool will be the artistic media tool. This is just for making artistic brush like thing. Also there is a image sprayer also there. This is just for fun. I think we can use it for making filling. See these kind of things. This is for artistic media tool. Also there is a calligraphy pen also there, so you can draw some display things. You can change the direction, thickness, and all those things with these options. The next tool will be a rectangle tool. I draw a rectangle. Before making any modification or change with this rectangle, you can get these commands. Okay, you can get these properties. This is the simplest example of how a property will react when an object is selected. Okay, this is like object origin. Suppose now it's fixed to the center point. Okay, for example, if you want to see here, scale is there. It was originally placed in 147.747 mm. Suppose if you want to move this object to 0 position, so it moves to 0 here. The same will be a position if you select this object origin by placing here and pick here. See, it places in 0 here. Okay, whatever units you can change this origin point here, and then XY position is there, and the next one is like object width and height is there. For example, if I want to make my object to 100 mm, 100 mm by 100 mm, you can change it, but before now you need to unlock the ratio, lock ratio, otherwise it's one width is change, automatically height also changes, like proportionately it changes, so you need to unlock and give the value 100 by 100. Okay, now I am getting my desired thing. The next one is like like an angle of rotation by rotating the object. For example, this is for rotating the object 45-degree rotation. I may get a 45-degree rotation here. Also this one is for mirroring and mirroring object. Why it is needed? See, I make a shape like this. If I mirror the object, what will happen now? If I mirror horizontally, means it mirrors like this. Make a duplicate and mirror. See, it creates shape like this. This is for mirror horizontally, and this one is for mirror vertically. I will make a duplicate and mirror vertically. This is for making mirror. Also this is called corner roundness. If this option is selected and make any radius here, it changes like this in the corners. See, not enough, I think. Okay, you can see the radius, some curveness because of this. If you change the curve to this corner, rounded corner, to the scallop down, you can see here this one, and this is by chamfered corner. Okay, all those things are here. Suppose if I want another important thing, suppose if I want to change only one corner, any particular corner, no, I need to unlock this lock, and then I may give you a value here. For example, like giving 45 here and 45 here, so it will create shape like this. Okay, fine. The next one is like nose, like a outline with thickness of the outline. See, selecting the object, This is for outline width. Okay. There are a lot of things you can do with outline. By pressing the F tool, you can get the outline pen is here. You can keep this here, right was. And the first one is for selecting the color for the outline. The next one is with the thickness of the outline. This is for units like points or mm or millimeter, centimeter, etc. And then this is for style of the outline. For example, if you need a dotted, you need to click here like a dash, everything here. Like this is the style of the outline. Also, see, these things are corners. How our corner this looks like a very sharp, no, like by a sharp corner, metered corner. This may be a rounded corner. See, this may be a rounded corner. This one is beveled corners. The corners, this will be very useful when making any outline over text or some other different objects. It will be useful. You can check with this tool, with this object. You can check with this object. Changing the width. See, the cap means the end of the object will be changed. End of any object, the end of the curve, the end of the line. For this, you need to use this. You need to select this line cap. Line cap is intended for lines, line. Okay. Corners are intended for any enclosed object. Line caps are intended for the lines. See the line, the edges of the line. And then this is called positions. Positions are nothing but where our thickness will be positioned. See, if you want to position your outline from center, it get positioned from center. See, center. Suppose if you want to position from outside, so it will be positioned from where your object resides. From there it will produce outlines. Also it inwards, inside outline. Okay. Also there is a thing called behind fill. We can explain here. See, behind fill, how we can use behind fill. This is the text and fill with outline, any color, and the width will be like like 10 point. What happens here? The outline width you gave, like that overshadow, that overfills the text. So if you want to send to behind, you can click here. Behind fill, this outline fill will send to behind, and our object will look nice. Actually, this is called behind fill. Also there is another option called scale with object. For example, this is our object, and then now the dimension will be around for 38 by 11. Suppose if you change, now outline will be 10 pixels, 10 points outline. Okay, suppose if you reduce our outline, the same will be maintained. Okay, the same outline, the 10 point will be maintained. Suppose if you select this scale with object command, and now like scaling the object, what will happen? See, automatically your width will be changed accordingly how our object gets scaled. This is a very important thing. Other one is a behind field, and another one is like a scale with object. This is all about our outline. Next we move to another thing called polygon tool. With this polygon tool you can have options like sides, number of sides. 3 is a triangle, 4 5 like this, and then outline fill is there, and then outline scale is there. There's no more things in polygon. But if you click on star, you can have two things. One is like a number of sides or points. The another one is like a sharpness, like the density, like a sharpness. See, now it is in 50 value. If you increase to 20, what will happen? You can see the depth will be get reduced. So more the sharpness, more the depth. See, okay, the 50 will be for getting the perfect star. 550. These things are all complex. Okay, can I explain later? Suppose, see what will happen if you increase number of sides. You can get shape like this. Okay, fine. Next we move to ellipse tool. Okay, this is the ellipse with the diameter of with the diameter of 30 mm, and then these are all the options dedicated to this ellipse tool. The first one is ellipse, the normal one what we are seeing here. The next one is a pi. The pi is nothing but you can see somewhere in my Excel sheet pi graphs like that. No, these thing pi you can get. For example, also there is an option for pi where to start and where to end the angles. It starts in 0 and going here 90 degree, 180 degree and 270 degree, ended in 270 degree. Suppose if you end in 180 degree, you can get 180 degree, you can get thing like this. Okay, this is about pi. The same thing with only the curve, that arc. See, this command arc is nothing but the outline edges, only edges. Also there is a thing called change direction thing is there. Make an object with the duplicate, and then clicking this command, what will happen? You can get a reverse of this reverse of this direction. How means like it is from 0 to 90. This is from 90 to 0. Okay, you can get thing like this with this command. Okay, this is all about our ellipse tool. Next move on to another tool, spiral tool. The next one is spiral tool. Also I explained in one of my video like making a mosquito coil with spiral tool. Already I loaded in my YouTube channel. You can watch the video, see what we can do with the spiral tool is explained in that video. This is spiral. What are all the options with spiral? See, spiral revolution, 1 2 3 4 revolutions are there. If we increase or decrease, before you need to select the spiral, and before drawing the object you need to set the value. It is not changing interactively. This may be a drawback. Okay, the next thing is like two other options are there, whether it will be a symmetrical or logarithmic. Okay, now it was symmetrical, means uniformly your spirals are positioned, and suppose if you select a logarithmic, It will be positioned according to the values mentioned here. See, also I may give you a preview of what I did with that video, what we can do with our spiral tool. See, I made a spiral and increase the thickness, not much. Okay, and I may choose a command called convert outline to object. What will happen, this outline will be converted into object. See, this is object. So now one line will be there. You can check with the view by wireframe. See, now one line will be there. Again, move to enhanced view. Suppose if you change the line to convert outline to object, you can get thing like this. You can get an object. Okay, now you can change the shape of the edges. And fill it with any color. If you use extrude tool, what will happen, you can see extrusion will be higher. You need to reduce the extrusion value. See, extrusion happens, but you need to fill with a different color, then only it shows. I use color shading. Then I may get thing like this. Okay, okay, fine. The next thing will be connected tool. What we can do with the connected tool, this is a rectangular object. See, there is a trick is there. Suppose if you drag and move from this point, after drawing a rectangle, the edges, that corners will be get curved. Okay, this is the trick. Duplicate this thing and get connected with this tool. What will happen, see, node to node connected. Suppose if you move over one object, automatically it get connected to another object. This is the use of connected tool. Okay, the next tool will be the graph paper tool. Okay, graph paper. We may draw a graph paper. Graph paper is nothing but rows and columns of objects. Like I need 4 boxes, 4 rows or 5 rows into 5 columns into 5 columns into 5 rows, means you may get a thing like this. Also you can do ungroup object and select object in different every individual object get selected and fill it with a different color. So this is the use of graph paper tool. Okay, let's move on to our important thing called the text tool. Okay, text tool. There are normally 2 text type are there. The one is artistic text. Artistic text is nothing but what we are seeing here. Means you can keep you can select the text and move it over there or there. You can make a duplicate and keep it here. This is called artistic. Artistic means you can do some graphic like thing, intended for graphical things. Without for example, if you know other thing, you can get the difference. Like other thing is called paragraph text. Paragraph is text, name itself says it is intended for paragraphs. Okay, see, what we can do with paragraph. See, you can align things here with this paragraph, left, right, center. This is common, and also you can do some specific things like keeping see these kind of things, tabs, tab positions, all those things are all comes only when you switch to paragraph text. Also bullet text, and then drop cap, all those things will come in. See, drop cap, all those things are all intended for paragraph text. For creating a paragraph, nothing like selecting the tool and draw a rectangle. So that's all. You can go with our paragraph tool. You can make a tab, you can make a paragraph, you can for all the book works, all those things are all start with paragraphs. Okay. The next thing is also there is some important things in text tool called called fit line to path. One option is there in text that is called fit text to path. Okay, fit text to path. If you have any path like this, and then I want to make my text like running over this path, what I need to do is selecting these two things, the text and the path, and then click this fit text to path. It automatically runs over your path. Okay, and then you can adjust by dragging this handle, no, this nudge point, this red color point. You can move the text. Okay, you can also have things like this, like a text orientation and the distance, like offset distance, and then mirror here text horizontally. All those things we can explain with an example. See, now we can explain with an example. If you happen to watch my channel, you can see lot of videos are based on this tool. If you are very new to my channel, so you can have a watch of this. Fit text to path. Okay, now positioned. Now I am going to change the distance. Okay, from the path. This distance is for like offset. Okay, now I need to make a duplicate of this by pressing Ctrl D, and then I may use this reverse. Okay, and then I may use this reverse, like this mirror and this mirror. Okay, sorry. Okay, and I position over here. I may get a thing like this. Control Shift, that greater than key will increase kerning between objects, like space between characters. Okay, fine. Whenever if you want to make your object in like symmetry form, like uniform manner, you need to press control. Without control it will be like this. If you press control, it will be uniformly proportionate object will come. Okay. Also, while moving an object, if you press control, it will constrain into any straight line or any straight line. It comes in straight line. Okay, constraint means control. You need to keep in mind, like constraint, control for constraint. Okay, this is all about our text tool. Okay, fine. Next we move to dimension tool. You can check with the angular dimension now. See, draw a rectangle and then click and select the angular dimension tool. Control for constraint, also control for constraint. See, this is all about angular dimension tool. The same will be for this vertical, horizontal, all those dimension tool work in this way. Okay, fine. Next we move to drop shadow tool. Okay, name itself says it produces shadow for any object. It produces shadow for any object. What are the things? Merge mode. Merge mode means like a blending. Suppose if you mix with any object, the blend will be whether it is a multiple or screen or a normal thing or added thing. You need to select here. Okay, and then this one is the very first one is a color object, our drop shadow. This thing like opacity, now it's set to 50. 100 means it will be darker, the black 90% to black. Suppose if you 50, it's okay. Suppose if you 10 means very lighter. Okay. Then this is like a feathering, the smoothness of our draft shadow. For example, if we set to 5, what will happen? The smoothness will get reduced and produce like a original object. Like suppose if you make higher smoothness, then it looks realistic. Okay, this is about smoothness. Okay, fine. The next tool is contour. Suppose if you draw any object, I can use something. I can and I will explain later about this. Okay, suppose if I contour, what will happen? See, contouring objects, steps. See, this is way it works. And then these directions like inside contour or outside contour, like those things you need to select from here. And then like offset value is there. This is about contour. Okay, fine. Then the next one is blend tool. This is somehow a very important tool, like a blending. Like for example, this is an ellipse filled with red color. Another object, rectangle filled with green color. Suppose if you blend these two objects, see what will happen. see these two things are blended with by filling like distributing objects in the middle. Suppose this is for colors, I think. Maybe colors for blending. Colors also get blended from red to green directly, or like a blend in other clockwise and counterclockwise manner. Okay, it's about blend. Other things we can explain with some other example, and only you can get a real thing. Okay, now I blend these two objects. Fine. There is an option called this one, the new path. Suppose we can break the curve by pressing Ctrl Q, convert the curves, and then you need to break the curve. Okay, two nodes will get separated, so you can get a starting point and ending point. If it is in normal ellipse, there is no starting and an ending point. Infinite thing will be there. Suppose if you break, you can get a starting point and ending point. Now I select the blend and click this new path and select this as a path. What will happen? See, start from here and ended here. All objects are uniformly get distributed, and the number of objects will be defined by this value, like 20 objects total. The start and end, in between 20 pieces will be there. For example, if you get increase, what will happen? See, get increased, and then this already you know these color values. Also you can split, rotate object also there. See, rotate all the objects. How to explain this rotate? See, we can this thing. I make a shape like this. See, click this, select a new path. Now you can watch the object direction. Also you can okay, you can watch the object direction. It is positioned exactly what we placed. Suppose if we click this command, rotate all object, what we'll see, it rotate along to the curve, direction of the curve. It rotates and looks smoother now. Okay, this is all about blending. Next we move to distort tool. Okay, fine. Distort, name itself says it may distorts our object. Okay, there are push and pull distort is there, and zipper is there, and twister is there. Or push and pull you can see. No, I can do with the okay, push pull, all those things will be there. And zipper, you can do zipper with this line and you can know the difference. Okay, straight line, zipper, values, magnitude, and the number of amplitude. Okay, amplitude means the height, and frequency means the number of nodes. Okay, fine. This is about a zipper tool. You can do zipper with these different shapes. What will happen now? Okay, same thing will happen here again. Another thing in zipper, that is twister, like a twisting it makes your object twist, like, okay, you can experiment in different way with this. Anyone can't teach this distortion tool, because whatever you can experiment, things will get different. You may get some desired results. Okay, fine. The next thing will be a envelope tool. Okay, fine. Likewise, how to use envelope tool, see. Okay, fine. There are different modes are there, also presets also there. You can apply any presets, or you can make it of your own. I think that is better. I think make it of your own. This thing is straight line. Okay, and this will be unconstrained mode. You can shape to any shaping. You already know these points, like cusp or whatever. Cusp, smooth. Now it is smooth mode, I think. Symmetry. Okay, also there is a thing, a single arc so double arc, flag like thing, double arc, and then our shape changing from original or putty. Different things are there. You can set from original, you may see the real difference. Okay, this is about envelope tool. Okay, fine. Next we move on to extrude tool. Okay, fine. Extrude. Okay, fill it with the color, make a text and fill it with color, and select the extrude tool, make an extrude. After making any extrude, if you change the color, then only you can see the difference. Okay, fine. And then these are all for rotating and VP locked, vanishing point, all those things are vanishing point. This one is vanishing point. If you want to rotate the object, you need to double click over here. You can straight away rotate and get your desired direction. Also there is a place for making lighting, so it looks different. Okay, placing your light where you want to be. Okay, this is about our extrude tool. The next will be the transparency tool. Transparency, its name itself says all about transparency. Make transparent. Okay, if you make a transparency with the fountain, you may get a result like this, or with the uniform you may get a uniform value, for example of 100%, 50%, 100%, whatever value will be, you can get. Okay, fine. Okay, this is all about our transparency tool. Now we move on to filling object with colors. There are different way you can make your object fill. See, by clicking over the palette and getting the color, or with the interactive fill tool. See here different options there for filling an object. One is on a uniform. Straight away you can get color from palette or from this color selection tool. RGB is red, green, blue value is there, and then hexadecimal value is there. Suppose if you want to make it for print, you need to select CMYK, C for cyan, M for magenta, L for Y for yellow, and K for black. Okay, any you can select from any colors here. Okay, this is all about selecting and filling uniform color. The next thing will be fountain tool. This is about like gradient. Somewhat in Photoshop or any other application, they will call it as gradient from one color to another. See here, one color is there. You can directly select color here. Okay, and then if you want to add any node now, you can click here and then select a color and add node here. Fine. Also there is a fill dialog box also there. From there also you can select and make things. Okay, fine. This is linear for linear color fountain. Suppose if I need, sorry, this one, elliptical manner. See, this one is for elliptical fountain fill, just like it gradient over in a circular motion. Okay, fine. The next one is like conical. You can see difference with different shapes, and only you can see the difference. Uniform fountain fill and select the conical. Okay, fine. Like cone like shape here. Okay, fine. Also there is a tool called CorelDraw. With this tool you can select colors from anywhere in the output. If you select the color from the eyedropper, automatically the bucket will come, you can fill it over there. Okay, this is the use of color eyedropper tool. Fine. Also there are different other type of fills also there, like pattern. You can experiment over the pattern, bitmap, and pattern is nothing but selecting patterns. Okay, this is about colors. Fine. Next to move to menus. Okay, these are all about our toolbox. I think we may finish all important tools here. Some are left, but those are all not important and all new things. Okay, fine. Next move to our other menus, like edit menu. Here normal traditional all applications having like undo, redo things are there, cut, copy, paste things are there, delete. Also duplicate is there. Fine, we already used to duplicate object. And then one more thing is there, clone. What is the difference between clone and duplicate? Duplicate is nothing but duplicating object, but clone is different. Like, see, if you clone any object, For example, selecting an object and make a clone of that, the result will be child, the original object will be the parent. Okay, if you make changes on parent, automatically child get reproduce reflected, child also reflect the same. Okay, this is called this is a use of clone. You may use it in your own way. Okay, you understand what clone is. And then this thing is called selecting all object. Name itself says it select all object, and if you want to select all the text, you can so use this. And then if you want to select all the guidelines are nothing but what we drag from the ruler. No, these guidelines, you can align things over the guidelines, like if we keep your snap to guideline and then align over the guideline, you can use this one, selecting all the guidelines and delete it. Okay, fine. And this is the use of selecting. Also, there is a command called copy properties from. Okay, there is a menu. What is the use of that? We explain here. Okay, this is an ellipse object, elliptical object, filled with green color and outline with some rose color. If you want to make this thing, the same attribute will need to copy from here. Now, what need to do now? Draw an object, select it, go over the edit menu and click on copy properties menu, select these three things. Outline pen means outline properties, like the thickness of the outline and all other properties. All those things will be selected, and then color of the outline and fill, all those things will get transformed here. This is the use of copy properties from. This is the use of copy properties from tool. The next thing is called okay, let's move to view. See here, what is the need of this wireframe number? For example, if you have an artwork like this, suppose I want to select or I want to explore what all the object is there, I can use this wireframe tool. See, I can get a detailed view, wireframe view of this object. Okay, this will be useful where if you want to select any particular object with flooded with a lot of objects. Now you can particularly select one object with this wireframe view. Okay, fine. Pixels will be useful for any artwork intended for web based. You can use this command. Also, other things also there. Full screen preview, fine. One thing is there, page sorter view. Okay, you can move pages with this view. You can do things with pages. Fine. Close the page sorter view, and then zoom in, zoom out command also there. Okay, control plus, I use control plus and control minus for zoom in and zoom out things. Okay, fine. Okay, grid. Okay, fine. This is for enabling and disabling toggling rulers. Okay, the same for toggling guidelines. Fine. These things are, for example, the alignment gaze and the dynamic gaze. What is the use of these things? See, draw an object. See, this is alignment guide. See, it shows like where to align with another object. This is alignment guide. And the dynamic guide, for example, what is the use of dynamic? See, if you draw any object over there, you can get some other things. See, these things are all called dynamic gates. Okay, fine. It shows the values of your degree, positioning, angle, like XY axis, all those things you can get from dynamic gates. And then another important thing called snap to. For example, different things are there. You can document grid means what we seen in white portion. This is document grid. Guidelines, for example, if you select snap to guideline And for example I will do you can rotate gates. This is a thing, the important thing in CorelDraw. You can rotate gates, and also you can duplicate gates. Okay, fine. You can also mirror gates, okay. No, you can simply pressing the minus value, you can get things here. Fine. Suppose what will happen when you make snap to guidelines. See, snap to guideline and draw objects. See, okay, you can draw any shape. Selecting all gates, delete it. Okay, fine. These kind of things are only gettable with guidelines and snap to guidelines. Okay, fine. Next we move to okay, grid also there. Another thing like weave grid also there. Fine. Grid is nothing but like rectangles. You can position object with this grid. Okay, by selecting snap to grid. Fine. Now I disable all those things. Okay, so, you can snap off all those things with simply by pressing Alt Q, like snapping all will goes snapping to objects, snapping to nodes, snapping to guidelines. All those things will be get switched off here, toggled here. Okay, fine. Next to layout, inserting page, duplicating page. All suppose if you want to insert, now you can I use this thing very frequently, like right click over here and insert page after. This is the simplest thing. Okay, alternate to this one. Also you can resort by dragging over here, like sorting, and then okay, page number insert, and you can see later in another video. Page size is there. Okay, fine. You can already we saw the page size. Okay, fine. Page background, this is the page background. Okay, next we move to object. Here some important thing is a power clip. Power clip is nothing but placing one object inside another object. That is power clip, clipping to another object. For example, fine. If you want to place this object into another object, I need to use this power clip. Inside frame, this frame, edit power clip. After edition, I can use finish power editing power clip. Okay, this is all about power clip. Okay, fine. Same thing will be here. Also there is a lock here. If you put the lock, if you move the object, the powered clipped object also moved. Suppose if you unlock there, if you move things, object will move, that photo will remain the same. Okay, fine. This is about power clip. The next thing will be, okay, these are all normal things. Align and distribute. Align and distribute. Okay, very important thing. Very important thing. Suppose if you want to align these things, you can use this thing like align left, align right, align center. All those align will be there. Okay, align top, align like horizontally, vertically, all those things get aligned. Okay, the same way distribute also there. For example, see, how align is important, the same way distribute also important. Okay, I may place here. Okay, first I need to align this object into center. Okay, gets aligned center. Now I need to distribute into center horizontally. Okay, fine. In this way distribute works. It distribute your object in equal spaces. Fine. This is about align and distribute. Fine. And next thing will be the next thing also important. This is like order, the order. Suppose if you want to get your object into front, you need to give front. Want to send your object into back, you can use this thing. Okay, one front, in front. Okay, fine. Forward one. Okay, backward one. Okay, all those things will be this is for ordering object. Also there is some in front of one unique command in CorelDraw. In front of you can't find this command in other software. In front of means suppose I want my selected object will come in front of this object. Okay, fine, you are getting this. Okay, this is about ordering object. Also selecting all object and grouping object. Grouping. Okay, grouping object means you can keep this object in your group. There is a command, two groups. Suppose again one group. Okay, there is an enter group is there. Suppose if you want to ungroup object, this group will get ungrouped, but other things will remain get grouped. Okay, suppose if you want to get ungroup all those objects, you need to select this command. All object will get ungrouped. Okay, fine. This is for grouping and ungrouping objects. Next thing will be the very important thing. All shaping will come with this. The first one is selecting the two object, both the object, and click weld. Both things get welded. Suppose if you want to trim one object with another, selecting the object, the source object. This one is source object. This one is like a destination object. Source will get trimmed from the destination will get trimmed from the source object. Fine. Also intersect portion also there. Okay, intersect. Okay, fine. This is about weld, trim and intersect. Another something similar to this one thing is there called break apart, combine and break apart. See, two different objects. selecting both object and combine. See, the result will be like this. If you break apart, Control L. Okay, these two things get break apart. You can test with combine and break apart with text. Okay, fine. Now we type some text. If you use break text, what will happen? Every individual characters will get break apart. Suppose after convert to curves means you can make this text as a shape, so you can do things like this, shaping things like this. All are converted into nodes and like lines, segments. Fine. Suppose if we break apart here, what will happen? See, everything will get break apart. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. This is about combine and break apart. Already I said one thing called convert outline to object. Okay, this outline now we can test with some text, then it will be interesting. Okay, fine. I did some text here. I did some outline here. Outline F12. Okay, fine. Or maybe you can give begin fill. Okay, and increase more outline. Okay, fine. Now this is object and okay, convert to curve, and then this one is yellow one is outline. If you convert this outline to object, what will happen? See, outline is separated as another object. Okay, fine. Now if you again increase on outline, you can now it is an object, so you can give outline again here. Okay, in this way it goes on. In this way convert outline to object will work fine. One more thing is there, FX or add perspective. Name itself says it's going to add some perspective. You can use in this way. Wait, what we can do in this perspective. See, in this way you can use. This is how the perspective will works. Okay, fine. The last thing will be FX. effects, all those effects will work with the bitmap graphics only. So if we want to make our effect work, you need to convert your object into bitmap. Then you can work with all those effects. Okay, fine. Okay. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and then you learn many things with CorelDraw. Maybe I will come up with another detailed tutorial with CorelDraw. So keep watching my channel. Also, if you really like this video, give a like and do comments, so I will reply to all those comments. Okay. Also, finally, please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching this video.